Today on Car Traction we have the first video of 2023, happy 2023 and all that, but hopefully we'll be looking forward to many more Car Traction videos of cars around here at Old Classic Car HQ. There will be a new arrival at some point in the new year, and also at this time of year when it's a bit quieter on the show front, we sort of take a more relaxed look at all sorts of automobilia and very nice looking things. And I can tell you that these things are very nice, and it's been quite an expensive week for me. I've just been saving up for a while, and Christmas sort of gave me a little boost, so I decided to sort of splash out a bit, and I've bought all of these lovely things, most of which are coming from a friend. So we'll start off with this lovely BP Energol can. This has come from a friend. Really nice straight can. I always like this whenever I go over to their place. They own like a really old garage and they've got all sorts of old stuff. I've always looked at this one on the shelf and I thought I'd love to have that one day, and the day has come where I bought this lovely BP Energol tin that's most likely 50s a visco static motor oil. It's just a really nice tin, and that will look very nice on my shelf. Now what I will have to do is, I've got literally no space in my shed already, and as you can see I've got a lot here, so I'm going to have to sort out some way of just putting something away and having to prioritise these or something like that. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'll have to find a solution because I've bought a lot and I've sort of splashed out a bit. I am broke now. I'm not saying I've got £1,000 or anything like that. This is probably only cost me about 100 and a bit, but that's a long time saving for me, so don't worry, we're not absolutely loaded. Loaded person wouldn't buy this, would they? This is a Dunlop cycle tube box. It's a little cardboard box. I do like my cardboard boxes, still with the cycle tube in it as well. Very rare and desirable item these days. No, I'm just kidding. This was about £10. And I just think it's a really nice looking little box. Now this I really like. This is a Splendor bulb box, but it's not only any bulb box, because look at the size of it, and I'll have to come a bit closer to the camera. I've got a lot of bulb boxes like this one here. I've got a lot of those, but I've never seen a box. This has got 2 rows. Hopefully you can see that it's got 2 rows of bulb boxes in it, in one extremely really nice package. I just think that looks really nice, doesn't it? And to have all the bulb boxes, and each one of these has got a bulb in it as well, I just think it's a really nice little find. So that will definitely go in a sort of high up position where I can see it, because that is another one that I've always really liked. Must be about £20, so you can see that. If you don't want to have sort of huge enamel signs or anything, you can get still really nice things like this. So that will definitely be going somewhere in my shed. Now here I've got something a bit smaller. I've got a Lodge spark plug tin here, still with the Lodge spark plug in it. Obviously it is quite an old spark plug, because we know our old spark plugs by how fat the nature of them is. See, it's quite a wide, as some of the spanners from later cars from the 50s and 60s, they would be sort of much slimmer design, but it's even got the little cap for the bottom of the spark plug. I bet that's never been off. Just have to sneak that back on, but that's nice having that. But the box is the main thing really. It's in really nice condition, really straight box. I have got one already, and I think mine's a bit earlier than this, because this one's got printed writing on it, as mine's got raised writing. But yeah, it's a really nice little box, and that'll display very nicely with the other one. And then over here we've got a Nubo tin. That looks really nice in my opinion. It hasn't got anything in it, but it's always useful to have tins that haven't got things in them, because that means you can put your own things in them. I just think that's quite a nice little thing, and a very useful storage device as well. Over here, this came actually for free. Thank you very much to the friend of the garage owner. A little Motorcraft tin. It's not too old, but it hasn't got a barcode, so it's obviously got some age. There it is. Just a nice little tin, that's all it is really. As you can see, it's quite a nice little collection that I've got here. And I've got a very old number plate over here. This came from an antique centre somewhere, which I can't remember where it is. It's a weapon when you want it to be. But now it'll be a display item in my shed. Now, we actually searched this up because Dad, on his old classic car website, he's got a page where you can search up like the old sort of letters of number plates, and apparently this is London. It came from, and it's from 1953. So this is on a 1953 car that was in London, so it's definitely got some age. I think it's got a really nice patina on it as well, and I just think they'll look very, very nice. I've got a new old stock steel pressed number plate similar to this, but quite a bit newer in the old style, but this is an actual old plate, and I think that'll display very, very nicely. And as you can see, it's not the only plates I've been buying recently. Now, I'm sure you've noticed that I've got four old American plates here. Now, I'll start off with this one. This one came from the Friends with the Garage. It's California, as you can see, JRH 840. I don't know anything about American number plates. This has got 1963 stamped on it, so this would have been in 1963 on the car. Now, I believe number plates were renewed every year in America, which means that this is not necessarily off a 1963 manufactured car. It could be off a 1920 manufactured car that happened to be registered in 1963, because they replaced the plates every year until like the 90s or something, where they just replaced a little sticker. But so yes, this could be a car from 1940, it could be a car from 1962, we just don't know, because I doubt this registration's still around, and if it is, it'll be on some modern SUV or something like that. But anyway, the classic design of the steel pressed plates, this is when they were reproduced every year, so it's quite very, very, very nice how it's survived all that while. And then I've got these three others here, which came from an antique centre. I believe all three of them was about £30, which wasn't too bad. You see, this one is Ontario, and it's actually got it quite clearly there, 1960. This one's from, once again, no clue about any of the actual registrations of the plates here. If you know anything, I doubt you do, but please let me know. Classic design, it's got a little crown there. It's a little bit rusty, but it's still old, being 1960, and it was cheap enough as well. And now we get into the really, really nice ones. Got one from South Dakota, and that would have been on a car in 1950. It's a bit of a smaller plate, but I think these look really, really nice on your wall. It's just getting hold of them, because they are quite rare actually. Well, I think that just looks really, really nice. The patina that you get on these plates just makes them look really, really nice. And then we've got the oldest one here from Ohio, of all places, and this would have been on a car in 1948, so this would have been on a car that could have been from 1910, it could have been from 1948, but it wouldn't have been from 1949, so we know that this is off something that would have been very, very old, which is interesting, because like, we can only wonder now what this would have been off. But it would have been something interesting, American, and before 1948, and I consider that to be something rather nice in my opinion. And so this is the haul of items, and now all I've got to worry about is fitting it all in my very, very overflowing shed. I've also got a handy box to put all these things in. Well, here is the shed. You can see I've already got a few American old plates. You can see, well, that one isn't a plate actually, but that's June 07. You can still see how they still use the old designer plates, the steel press plates, until, well, that one's September 2014, so they're still being used to this date. And if we go around this side, you've got a few British ones there. Inside I've got one. This is the new old stock one. That was pointing a bit high there, but here's the new old stock one. So that came off a Javelin of all things, and I've just knocked in some, I don't know if you can see them, hopefully, some little sort of tack type screws, and I will hang the American plates on there, but I'm afraid I've only got space for 3, so where the 4th one will go, I don't quite know yet. And there's the other aforementioned Lodge tin. That's a bit scruffy, it's quite rusty, but as you can see it's got like actually raised lettering, which means it's probably a bit older. That's one of my favourite corners of my shed. I really like all the old tins together. It's getting a bit dark now, so I better get a wriggle on. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the plates up onto this wall. I thought it was a nice little space for them, and as I've just mentioned, I've got these little screws that I've tapped in, and the idea of these is obviously to hang the plates on them. But I've used very small screws so that, as you can see, nothing as you can see, if I do it properly, nothing's permanent, because if I wanted to switch them around, considering I've got space for 3 and I've got 4 of them, I can just take one off and decide to put a different one in the space of that one should I want to. So that was the idea of using very small tacks, and this one will fit the 1960 Ontario. I've just decided to put that one there because I just like the colours of the yellow and black. And I've got the South Dakota and the Ohio one. Now these are a slightly different size obviously, so I won't be able to switch these around as much, but I've just used the small ones again just to leave it up. Door just slammed on me. Anyway, you can see the lights. It's getting a bit dark now, so I've used some really bright lights, so hopefully I don't look too pale. But yeah, these are a bit smaller, so they won't be interchangeable, but this one I'll be able to swap with the other one, so that's the idea. But I've still left them so that I can take them off should I wish to, just because it's good. I think it's good to be able to do what I want. So I think those 3 look very nice there. Now all I've got to worry about is what to do with the other one, and also I'll go and open the door to get what little natural light there is left. What I'm going to do is, I haven't got space for the other things like the BP Energol tin and the other number plates, so what my thinking is, on this shelf here I've got quite a few spanners, and they've been out for a long time, so I'm thinking I might rotate things around a bit. And I believe this ammo case is empty. I hope it's empty. So I might put a few spanners in the ammo case, which will free up a bit of space around here. I might like take those off and put some of these down there, something like that. But I'll put some spanners into here so that I can have things like that BP Energol tin around that space. So I'll just have to get to this ammo case. It's quite a cool thing, isn't it? I came from a charity shop a while ago, but I'll just have to move a few things there. Just to get to this ammo case first of all. That's a heater switch or something like that for a Triumph Spitfire. Got the Airman Ladybird book as well. So I've got this tin here, but I know that this one's already full by the weight, so I'll just have to put this one over here for now. And I've got this other ammo case here, which I hope it's empty. I'm pretty sure it's empty. It's quite tough. 1944 this is, I believe. Yeah, that hasn't got much in it, so what I'll do is... sorts of things are falling over now. You find that everything holds everything else up when you have so many things packed in. But this has only got a few spanners, so what I'll do is some of the slightly less interesting spanners, just like snail brands or super slim ones, I will put them into this ammo case here. Of course, as I said, the whole idea of this is just freeing up space and moving things around a bit so that I can have some more things on display there where these spanners used to be now. These spanners are nice, but I need the space, and the stuff I'm putting there is very nice. So I do like old spanners. I think I can sacrifice some of them by putting some of them into this ammo case. To get the space that you get when I take them out, and then I'll put some of the things like that, the big bulb box and the BP Energol tin, they could probably go in there, and maybe the number plate at the back, we will see. Right, so what I've done now is I've put quite a few spanners into this ammunition case, which will go back there in just a minute, which has freed up this space or this sort of shelf on this little sort of thing. And I've moved most of the spanners, most of the Austin spanners, all the sort of car brand spanners are there now. I did have this, you might be able to see it, it's basically a box and it's like a little light for an aiming, it's like an aiming light for a Browning gun, which is quite an interesting thing, but it's not really a looker, so I've decided to also put that in this box because it's nice to have these things, but you can't display everything all the time. But hopefully I'll be able to put some of my new items that I haven't been able to fit over there on this shelf. So that's the idea behind that. So now I'm just going to move the ammo cases back how they were. Got a fuel tank for a truck. Yeah, that's getting in the way of this MOP, so I'll just have to move that out temporarily. I've had that for a long time actually. So much junk. Got the trick track. It's quite a cool thing, that. Can just stay there. So that's everything back in place, so I'll just go and grab my trusty box from over here. And now I will have to sort out where to put all this stuff on there. Well, I think that's just about everything in its place. We've got the 3 number plates there. I've got my handy light just behind the camera, very, very handy thing. This is. There's just a quick look around there. This is all my other stuff. That was all like that before. Got all my other bulb boxes now. Obviously couldn't fit in my nice Splendor one. I bought that Mazda one in France. That's why it's got the French Militaria shop business card. I really like that Thelson Motor Oil's oil pour. That's a pre-war design one, that is. And I got the Blue Coal one down here as well. Got my petrol pumps. One day I might do a video where I just talk about everything in deep depth. If you want that, just please let me know in the comments, because I don't know if people would want to see me just talking about all my stuff. Got this Rudge bike here that came from a car boot. Got my big tins there. Over here I've got a couple of Rover, I think that's off a P5B. A couple of cam covers that I cleaned up a while ago. Jaguar wheel, a few more tins up there. But I won't go through all of it now. And then this is the new level here with the BP Energol can. I got the Fisk tyres sign that was very, very rusty, and still is, to be honest. And we got the Splendor and Dunlop boxes on all the other stuff, and then the old number plate at the front. And then we got Austin spanners and Enfo spanners there in front of a Triumph Dolomite cam cover with a little old dial, and there's the Ontario number plate. So everything's sort of in its own little place now, but I know this will change because I will be getting more stuff recently. I bought that quite recently as well, actually, that big blow lamp over there. That's quite a recent acquisition. Well, yeah, there will be more videos most likely coming from this shed. If you want a full tour, just let me know in the comments, because I don't know if people would be bothered to watch like 20 minutes of me just being in here talking, because I do talk a lot about these sort of things sometimes. But yeah, if you'd like to see that, please let me know. And that's it for this video. It's getting a bit dark outside now, that's why I've got my light with me. That's a recent acquisition, that nice little bulb box over there. That's a very, very old one, bought for the sum of £5. It's got the bulb in it, but we don't know if it works. I do like old bulb boxes. Anyway, if you'd like to see that video, let me know. Any other video ideas, please let me know in the comments. Do you like any of the stuff here, or have any memories? Please let me know down below. Please remember to subscribe. I forgot to say a huge thank you for the 900 subscribers. Lots and lots of support. Every view counts, so please do watch other videos. Please subscribe, leave a like, watch other videos as I said. And that's all without rambling. Thanks for watching.